Today on Hope in the Wild, it's a raccoon roundup at the rehab.
Oh, yeah. Go over to the wild. Oh, he's biting, so he's good.
Rambunctious ravens are ready for release.
Yeah, you're pretty friendly.
And a flurry of foxes find freedom in the forest.
You're going to make this difficult. Now, please don't attack me.
For over 2 decades, the Hope for Wildlife Center has rescued, rehabilitated, and returned thousands of animals to the North American wilderness. These dedicated volunteers give them more than just shelter and medical care. They give them hope in the wild. Hope is starting off the day by relocating a troop of troublemakers. These ravens have been out and about, but they made so much mischief that Hope had to put them back into an enclosure.
So I told Leslie he could have the 2 nicest ones. This is the guy with the broken beak, so this one's got to go to Leslie's.
Now she has to round them up so that she can say goodbye to them once and for all.
Well, the one that's the easiest to catch we'll take. So there's one that I want Leslie to get. He's the one with the bad toe. So let's catch them and check their toes before we pop them into a box. Okay. Oh, I hate it when they're stressed like this. Okay. Cover's head, perfect. Now let's just check his feet. Okay. Hey, oh yeah, that foot's good, but it was his right. It's his right. It's this foot. That foot's good. So this one can go to the lady down the valley. I think we might need another cardboard box just to get a second raven in here. We'll be tricky. Hi, Guy. You're pretty friendly. You want to go to Leslie's house? You're not. There's nothing wrong with his. Oh yeah, there's 2 that have injuries, so this would be a good one for Leslie. Okay, so we're going to use the small egg boxes. Yeah. Well, no, I wanted the ones in the tiny boxes to go to Leslie's because that's uncomfortable for them. Sorry, it's kind of tiny, I know. There, so that's Leslie. Okay, that's okay, I got him. There. This is a good box. You get to go in a nice box, easy, easy. This one's good. Oh, don't let him out. Okay.
One of the ravens has decided he'd rather stick around the rehab for good.
All right.
A release. I'm not disappointed. I really wanted them deep down inside. I wanted
You close this thing.
That's the guy with the bad foot that the claw was totally ripped out. Let's see. We don't catch that last one. That's okay. We can live with 1 raven.
No, I heard her 2 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know. They are smart birds, that's for sure.
It's the noise you didn't like.
Yeah, that's true. The noise did get. It's one of those noises that just went into my brain and I couldn't get it out.
4 ravens are off to find new homes in the wild, but the one that escaped will remain here at the farm until it decides to leave on its own.
I love them the most.
Got one.
I have 1. Yay. So the 2 egg boxes are for Leslie. Oh, we got to pack some bags of food for Leslie, too.
The ravens are eager to be free. That box is taking a real beating.
Let me know how it goes regardless, but if you run into any snags, just...
Okay, sure. Bye.
Good luck.
Here we go, buddy.
Coming up, the ravens head out to their new home.
They are large, aren't they?
Yeah.
And later, it's a rousing round of releases.
The earlier I can get them out, the better for the animals.
Hope in the Wild, part of the CBS Dream Team, It's Epic, will be right back. We now return to Hope in the Wild, part of the CBS Dream Team, It's Epic.
After months at the rehab, a quartet of ravens is finally ready to fly free. Hope's neighbor Leslie has agreed to release 2 of them here on his property. And volunteer Sarah is delivering the ravens to Leslie's house.
Oh, Sarah. Yeah, Leslie. Yeah. So if I let them go, they're just going to fly up into the trees? You don't think they'll fly back to the homes right away?
I don't think so. I think that if you leave the food out, they'll stay around here.
Okay. What's the matter?
She usually just throws it out once it says.
Oh, okay. Yep. If I use this as one of the poke.
The middle 2 are going to the valley.
Okay. Here we go, buddy. Maybe one at a time, maybe. There we go. There you go, buddy. Onto my roof. Oh, well, they found each other. That's good.
Yeah,
Good start. Yeah.
The release goes off without a hitch.
They are large, aren't they?
Yeah. They were really small when we first found them, and then we tried to release them, and it just kept bringing seagulls around, and they were causing troubles.
And I hope they'll stay around, and I'll come out and I'll feed them, and I'll spend some time with them and see what they have to teach me. I think that's what I'm really looking forward to. And these are very young ravens, apparently. My concerns are that they could bother the neighbors if they tear the neighbors' shingles off, or that they'll get into trouble with the crows that are pretty territorial around here. But I'm not all that concerned. I mean, they've got wide open spaces here. You know, we've got the marsh, the lake, the ocean. So there's lots of, you know, natural things that ravens could be dealing with, and, you know, hopefully getting food elsewhere and finding their way probably slowly back into, you know, the natural environment, but maybe always being here to just, you know, come hang out and eat some dog food once in a while and, you know, talk with me. And I'm definitely looking forward to it, yeah.
Sarah releases the rest of the ravens on a friend's farm about an hour and a half away.
They really destroyed your box.
He's gonna get out by himself, that one.
Just give the cardboard a rip.
You going?
One.
Yeah.
It's another happy ending. Next, it's release day, so it's time to round up foxes, raccoons, and a bevy of birds.
It's a happy day.
Hope in the Wild, part of the CBS Dream Team, It's Epic, will be right back. We now return to Hope in the Wild, part of the CBS Dream Team, It's Epic.
It's September, the time of year when many of the spring orphans are grown and ready to return to the wild.
It's Labor Day, and it's a great, beautiful day. Great day for releasing some foxes, some raccoons, some squirrels, some chipmunks, some songbirds. We still have a beautiful autumn ahead of us, lots of food out there. So it's a really good time for them to go out and learn how to find their food, and there's still a really good food supply out there. So I like to limit releases nothing later than the end of September, but the earlier I can get them out, the better for the animals.
First, they've got to catch the animals, and it's not going to be easy. Next, it's on to the foxes.
How do I do how to catch the fox?
You'll see.
Am I like appropriately? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We just kind of build a fence with the blankets and just herd them all, or as many as we can, in one spot, and just throw a blanket over and grab them. Oh, we pick them up in the carrier. Yeah. Oh, if possible.
And stuff them into the carriers. Looks really mean. I caught one raccoon. The foxes are really wild and they're always a handful. But if we get enough hands in there, I'm sure we'll get them in each individual carriers. They tend to fight a little bit with each other when they're stressed like this. So we'll put one per carrier and get them on out.
These foxes arrived as little pups, but they're all grown up now, and they are plenty wild.
Try and get them into corners. Okay, let's focus in on one. Okay. Whoa. Somebody? Okay, everybody. Need some help, or are you okay? Want to get the hind legs? Or?
Now, it's time for Raccoon Roundup.
Really? Oh my.
No, not gonna happen.
Not while he's up there, it's not.
I'm not pulling you up by your feet. Oh, oh, oh. Good job.
Stay back. Oh, he's biting, so he's good. We have a carrier. I know, no.
Oh, there. Oh, awesome.
So do I. We're going to a total stranger's house smelling like raccoon. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Hey, guys.
Be nice. I can fit more.
Next stop, freedom. When we return, it's a road trip.
Release it! Woo!
But only the humans will be returning.
You're gonna make this difficult. Now please don't attack me.
Hope in the Wild, part of the CBS Dream Team, It's Epic, will be right back. We now return to Hope in the Wild, part of the CBS Dream Team, It's Epic.
Hope, the volunteers, and about 36 creatures of all sizes begin their trek into the wild. Release Day is an important day, not just for the animals who have completed their rehabilitation, but also for Hope's team, as they are able to see the fruits of their labors.
Release it! Woo! Yeah! Party time!
Plus, a road trip on a beautiful fall day is just a lot of fun. For the animals, a long drive may seem like a bit of an ordeal, unaware that their destination is back home in the wilderness. Recently, at a rehab event, Hope met a man with a huge piece of property, and he agreed to let her release several animals there.
It goes all the way back to the airport, hundreds and hundreds of acres of undeveloped land with a beautiful lake and ponds and rivers, you know, perfect habitat for wildlife. So we get that a lot. People will approach us and say, oh, you can release some animals on our property. So, but I've never really followed up on any of the offers. So this is the first time I've actually taken somebody up on their offer, and it's proven to be really, really perfect. Why don't we just pull everybody out and sit them here so that our cars can smell normal again?
There's no doubt about it. This is the highlight of a volunteer's year. They're thrilled to see the songbirds go. When they were little, volunteers had to feed them every half hour.
It's such a beautiful place.
These squirrels arrived as tiny orphans, with their eyes still closed.
Aww, they're so cute.
So wait for Craig.
And now, it's the fox's turn. Two of the foxes go straight from the carriers into the lake. That was unexpected.
Oh, you're gonna make this difficult. Now please don't attack me.
So they don't mosey up to the house.
And these are the last of this year's orphaned raccoons.
He's ready.
Who's got the heavy one? And they will. Now I did bring So we just did a wonderful release. Everything went really well, and the habitat is perfect. And I think the added bonus is there's going to be people around sort of keeping an eye out, so they're more than happy to put a little food out if the animals are having a hard time adjusting. So it has a whole lot of benefits. It's not going to be in anybody's way, not going to be bothering any neighbors, and it's just beautiful here. It's perfect.
On the way back to the rehab, there's one more stop to release a red-tailed hawk, along with two small falcons called merlins.
Ah, someone's mad.
Oh, he looks so good. That went awesome. He looked beautiful. His feathers look good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Throw me that blankie. Just in case. No.
Not ready.
His wing doesn't look. Oh! Did everybody get the piece on the other? There. This little guy, I mean, he got liftoff, but he just couldn't take flight, so there's obviously something wrong. So we'll get him medically checked again and see where we go from there. But the other guy, I missed him. Did he do good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, no, buddy!
Oh, that's awesome.
The perfect end to a perfect day.